Hey gentlemen, are you over 60 and feeling more tired, less driven, or losing strength for no clear reason? What if I told you the problem might be hiding right on your dinner plate? That's right, today we're uncovering 4 vegetables that are often considered healthy. But for older men, they could be silently crushing your testosterone, energy, and drive. These aren't junk foods, they're in your salads, smoothies, and maybe even your favorite tea. In this episode of the Senior Health Podcast, we'll break down the science, debunk the myths, and give you the exact steps to protect and restore your masculine edge starting now. Let's dive in. Part 1: The Testosterone Trap. Why some vegetables secretly weaken men over 60. As men cross into their 60s, many changes begin to unfold. Some are expected: graying hair, slower recovery, a shift in lifestyle. But one shift is far more critical than most realize: the natural decline in testosterone. This powerful hormone, often misunderstood, is more than just a driver of libido. Testosterone plays a vital role in muscle strength, mental clarity, energy levels, fat metabolism, confidence, and even cardiovascular health. In short, it's a man's internal fuel physically and mentally. But what if we told you that some vegetables commonly considered healthy might be quietly draining your testosterone every day? This isn't about conspiracy theories or gimmicks. It's about biochemistry, how certain compounds in specific plant-based foods can interfere with male hormone balance, especially in aging bodies where testosterone is already on the decline. Let's start by understanding why testosterone matters now more than ever and why your food choices are far more important than they were at 30 or 40. Warning sign: testosterone, not just for the young. Most men experience a gradual decline in testosterone beginning in their late 30s or early 40s. By age 60, testosterone levels can be up to 30–40% lower than in early adulthood. Some decline is natural. But what's not natural is when this hormonal drop causes chronic fatigue, even after sleep, loss of motivation or drive, reduced muscle mass despite exercise, increase in belly fat, low mood, anxiety, or apathy, weakened sexual function, brain fog and poor memory. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of men over 60 struggle silently, believing these symptoms are just part of aging. But here's the truth: many of these symptoms are preventable and in some cases, reversible if you understand what's sabotaging your hormones. The hidden role of food in hormonal decline. Most doctors will tell you to eat more vegetables. And in general, that's good advice. But not all vegetables are created equal, especially for aging men with sensitive hormonal systems. Certain vegetables contain phytoestrogens, antiandrogens, or compounds that increase SHBG, sex hormone-binding globulin, which binds up free testosterone, making it unusable. Others may influence enzymes like aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. While these effects may be minor in a younger, more hormonally resilient man, they can become significant in someone over 60, where even small shifts in hormonal balance can affect energy, performance, and well-being. This is where the trap lies. You're doing what you've been told is healthy, eating more greens, drinking veggie smoothies, following plant-based trends, but your body is reacting differently now. Older man: the aging male body, a different battlefield. By age 60, the body doesn't regulate hormones the same way it used to. The endocrine system becomes more sensitive to dietary inputs, stress, toxins, and even sleep quality. The liver becomes slower at clearing excess estrogen. SHBG levels tend to increase with age, binding more testosterone. Insulin resistance becomes more common, disrupting hormone signaling. Muscle tissue declines, reducing testosterone stimulation. That's why men in their 60s and beyond must treat nutrition differently than younger men. The goal is not just general health but hormonal preservation. This brings us to the heart of the matter: some healthy vegetables could be contributing to testosterone suppression without you even realizing it. Left-pointing magnifying glass: are vegetables really the enemy? Let's be clear, vegetables aren't bad. Many are absolutely essential to longevity, cancer prevention, and heart health. But what we're talking about here are specific vegetables or plant-based compounds that may negatively affect testosterone in aging men. When consumed in large amounts or on a regular basis, they can tip your hormonal balance in the wrong direction. These include vegetables high in phytoestrogens, greens that influence hormone-binding proteins, herbs or roots that affect testosterone metabolism, health drinks or teas that may contain anti-androgenic compounds. And because they're plant-based, they often sneak under the radar as safe or clean. Why this podcast episode matters. In this series, we're breaking down 4 specific vegetables that men over 60 should approach with caution, backed by science not hype. We'll explore how each one affects testosterone levels, the hidden compounds you never hear about, realistic substitutes and dietary swaps, how to build a testosterone-friendly nutrition plan that supports energy, muscle, mood, and drive. If you've ever wondered why you're eating right but still feeling wrong, this is your moment to dig deeper. Final thought: eat with strategy, not just discipline. Healthy aging isn't just about cutting sugar or walking more. It's about understanding how your body changes and how food interacts with those changes. At 60, 70, or 80, your body is still responsive. But it demands more intentional input. You can't just follow generic diet advice and hope for the best. You need a targeted strategy, especially when it comes to hormones like testosterone. So if you've been feeling off, tired, soft, unfocused, or just not like yourself, don't ignore it. Start with your plate. In part 2, we'll reveal the 4 specific vegetables that may be working against you and the simple changes you can make to protect and support your testosterone naturally. Stay tuned. Part 2: the 4 testosterone-killing vegetables men over 60 should avoid. In Part 1, we explored how testosterone becomes more vulnerable as men age and how even healthy foods might be working against you without your knowledge. Now, in Part 2, we dive into the 4 vegetables that could be sabotaging your hormones, especially after 60. These aren't junk foods. In fact, they're often recommended for general health. But for older men, these veggies may be quietly tipping the hormonal balance, draining testosterone, boosting estrogen, or interfering with absorption of key nutrients. Let's break them down one by one. 1. Soy-based vegetables and sprouts, edamame, tofu greens, soy shoots. Why they're a problem? Soy contains phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that mimic the hormone estrogen in the body. While a small amount may be harmless, regular consumption of soy-based vegetables like edamame, soy sprouts, or tofu greens can disrupt hormonal balance, especially in older men with already declining testosterone. Phytoestrogens bind to estrogen receptors, which may lower the effectiveness of testosterone, reduce free testosterone levels, and encourage fat storage in typically female areas like the hips and chest. Scientific concern. Some studies have linked high soy intake with reduced sperm count and testosterone levels in men. While the debate continues, one thing is clear: older men are more hormonally sensitive, and overdoing soy even in vegetable form might not be worth the risk. What to eat instead? Swap soy sprouts or tofu-based greens with watercress, kale sprouts, or microgreens, which are rich in antioxidants and support liver detox, important for hormone balance. Seedling 2. Flax sprouts and flax greens. Why they're a problem? Flax seeds are often marketed as a superfood, but few talk about their high lignin content. Lignans are compounds that increase sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, a protein that binds to testosterone and renders it inactive. This means that while your total testosterone number may look normal on a lab test, your free testosterone, the kind that actually works, is reduced. In flax greens or sprouts, these lignans are often concentrated, making them a quiet threat to testosterone when eaten frequently in salads or green smoothies. Scientific note: a clinical trial in young men showed that flax seed supplementation reduced testosterone levels significantly over time. If this occurs in younger men, imagine the effect on those in their 60s or 70s. What to eat instead? Try chia greens or broccoli sprouts. They're full of omega-3s and cancer-fighting compounds, without the hormonal suppression effect. Herb 3. Licorice-infused leaves or roots, often found in herbal mixes or teas. Why they're a problem? Licorice, whether in candy, tea, or herbal vegetables, contains a compound called glycyrrhizin. This compound has been shown in multiple studies to reduce testosterone levels in men rapidly. In one controlled study, men taking just 7 grams of licorice root per day saw their testosterone levels drop by up to 26% in just 1 week. That's not a small fluctuation, it's a direct hit. Licorice is sometimes infused in herbal leaves, tinctures, or consumed as part of detox greens. But for men over 60, this innocent-sounding root could accelerate hormonal decline. Hidden sources. Watch out for teas labeled as soothing, cooling, or adrenal supportive. Many contain licorice by default. What to eat instead? Opt for ginger greens or add raw ginger to salads or juices. Ginger has been shown to boost testosterone, improve circulation, and fight inflammation without hormonal downsides. Seedling 4. Mint family greens, peppermint, spearmint leaves, mint-based microgreens. Why they're a problem? Mint is refreshing, aromatic, and widely used in teas, salads, and smoothies. But studies suggest that spearmint and peppermint can lower testosterone when consumed in high quantities. One study in male rats showed a significant drop in testosterone after spearmint extract was administered. While human studies are limited, the trend raises concern for older men already struggling with hormonal decline. Mechanism. Mint appears to lower luteinizing hormone, LH, which signals the testes to produce testosterone. Less LH equals less testosterone. Who's most at risk? Men who drink peppermint or spearmint tea daily, or add mint microgreens to every smoothie, may be subtly lowering their hormonal potential without realizing it. What to eat instead? Switch to basil leaves, rosemary, or arugula, which have no negative impact on testosterone and may improve circulation and nitric oxide levels, good for energy and performance. Warning sign: a quick reminder. These vegetables aren't evil. But for older men with hormonal sensitivity, moderation or elimination is key. Your body's ability to handle phytoestrogens, SHBG boosters, or hormone-modulating herbs changes with age. What worked for you at May 30th now be silently working against you. White heavy check mark. Recap 4 veggies to avoid for testosterone health. Cross mark. Vegetable type: police cars. Revolving light problem. White heavy check mark. Better option. Soy sprouts, tofu greens. Phytoestrogens equals mimic estrogen. Kale sprouts, watercress. Flax greens and sprouts boost SHBG equals lower free testosterone. Broccoli sprouts, chia greens. Licorice infused herbs. Glycyrrhizin equals direct testosterone drop. Ginger, turmeric greens. Peppermint/spearmint suppress LH equals reduce testosterone output. Basil, rosemary, arugula. Final thought. When it comes to men's health after 60, it's not just about avoiding processed food, it's about understanding how seemingly healthy choices affect your unique biology. You don't need to fear vegetables. But you do need to be selective, strategic, and informed. Your body still has the power to build strength, focus, and vitality, but it needs the right environment to do so. In Part 3, we'll uncover what to eat and do instead, natural ways to boost testosterone, rebuild energy, and reclaim that inner fire. You're not too old. You're just getting started. Stay tuned. Part 3: What to eat and do instead, natural ways to boost testosterone after 60. In Parts 1 and 2, we uncovered the hidden effects of certain vegetables that may lower testosterone, especially in men over 60. But now, it's time for solutions. You're not here to be scared of food. You're here to take back control of your body, your energy, your vitality. The good news? You can. And it doesn't require expensive supplements, injections, or unrealistic diets. What it does require is strategy, awareness, and consistent action. Let's walk through natural, safe, and science-backed ways to support and increase testosterone levels, starting with what goes on your plate. 1. Vegetables that support testosterone, not suppress it. Yes, vegetables can be your ally when you choose the right ones. Certain plant foods contain nutrients that boost testosterone naturally by reducing inflammation, improving liver function, key to hormone metabolism, and supporting gut health. White heavy check mark. Best vegetables for men over 60. Cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. These are rich in a compound called indole-3-carbinol, which helps the body metabolize excess estrogen and promote hormonal balance. They also support liver detoxification, crucial for hormone health. Spinach and Swiss chard. Both are high in magnesium, a mineral that increases free testosterone and improves insulin sensitivity. They also support muscle strength and energy production. Arugula and watercress. These peppery greens improve blood flow and increase nitric oxide, which enhances performance and heart health. Bonus: they're packed with antioxidants that protect testicular function. Beet greens and root veggies. Beets and their leafy tops support circulation and oxygen delivery. Beets are also rich in boron, a trace mineral linked to increased testosterone. 2. Eat fats that fuel hormones. Testosterone is made from cholesterol. That doesn't mean you should load up on fried food, but it does mean that healthy fats are essential for hormone production. Many older men make the mistake of going too low fat, thinking it helps their heart. But when fats drop too low, so does testosterone. White heavy check mark. Focus on avocados, high in monounsaturated fats and boron. Extra virgin olive oil supports testosterone and heart health. Whole eggs, the yolk contains cholesterol and vitamin D. Nuts and seeds, in moderation, especially walnuts, macadamia, and pumpkin seeds. Cold water fatty fish like salmon and sardines, rich in omega-3s. Avoid processed vegetable oils, canola, soybean, corn, and stick to real, whole food sources. Cooking. 3. Prioritize protein and strength. Muscle is a testosterone factory. The more lean muscle you maintain, the better your body regulates hormones, metabolism, and energy. Unfortunately, after 60, men lose muscle mass rapidly unless they take action. That means prioritizing protein and resistance training. White heavy check mark. Action steps. Aim for 25-30 g of high-quality protein per meal. Include animal proteins, eggs, grass-fed beef, poultry, fish, plus plant-based, lentils, beans, quinoa. Add resistance training 2-3x per week, lifting weights, body weight movements, or resistance bands. Studies show that men who lift weights have higher testosterone and lower cortisol, a double win for mood, strength, and longevity. Sleeping. Symbol 4. Protect your sleep, it's a hormonal goldmine. Want to destroy testosterone fast? Sleep less. Even 1 week of sleep deprivation, less than 5-6 hours per night, can drop testosterone by up to 15%. That's more than aging will do in a year. Sleep is when your body recovers, repairs, and produces hormones. Without it, even the best diet or workout plan won't work. White heavy check mark. Sleep tips for men over 60. Stick to a consistent bedtime and wake time. Keep your room cool, dark, and screen-free. Avoid caffeine after 1 p.m. and heavy meals before bed. Try magnesium-rich foods at night: spinach, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate. If you're waking up often to urinate, consider limiting fluids 2 hours before bed and checking for prostate health issues with your doctor. 5. Lower cortisol, raise testosterone. Cortisol is the stress hormone. And when it's high, testosterone drops. Long-term stress, whether from work, relationships, finances, or even hidden inflammation, can be a silent testosterone killer. Luckily, there are natural ways to reduce cortisol and support hormonal balance. White heavy check mark natural stress fighting habits. Morning sunlight exposure boosts mood and resets your circadian rhythm. Deep breathing, meditation, or prayer just 10 minutes/day. Laughter and social connection. Walks in nature or unplugged hobbies, gardening, woodworking, etc. Don't underestimate the power of small mental habits. When your mind is calm, your body builds strength. Pill 6. Key nutrients that support testosterone. You don't need dozens of supplements. But these 5 nutrients are essential and often low in men over 60. Vitamin D3, a powerful hormone-like vitamin, boosts testosterone directly. Magnesium supports free testosterone, sleep, and muscle function. Zinc, critical for testicular health and sperm production. Boron boosts free testosterone and reduces SHBG. Omega-3s reduce inflammation and support hormonal balance. Check with a doctor or nutritionist before supplementing, and focus on food first whenever possible. 7. Cycle and rotate foods for balance. One secret few talk about? Variety matters. Eating the same healthy foods every day can create imbalances. Even good foods, when overdone, can have unintended effects. For example, eat broccoli 4x/week, not every day. Rotate leafy greens, kale one day, arugula the next. Don't drink the same smoothie every morning. Diversity in your diet equals diversity in your gut bacteria equals stronger metabolism and hormones. Final thought, aging doesn't have to mean decline. Here's the truth, testosterone doesn't have to crash just because you've hit 60. Yes, age plays a role, but so do your choices. What you eat, how you sleep, the way you move, and even how you think all influence your hormone levels. You are not powerless. You're experienced. And experience gives you the advantage if you are willing to use it. By removing testosterone-draining vegetables and fueling your body with the right foods and habits, you can rebuild strength, motivation, and vitality from the inside out. You don't need to feel tired, foggy, or weak. You can feel powerful again. Headphone, thank you for listening to the Senior Health Podcast. In the next episode, we'll explore testosterone myths that most men still believe and how to outsmart them. You're not getting older. You're getting stronger, smarter, and sharper. One choice at a time.